Nice and warm.
Get started. Not doing a fresh stroke, is it? That'll be your first.
We're going to do a wee quiz here first of all. Who's the best of it? What should we call the podcast? Oh shit. What is it?
Yes.
Has to be. What? Well, I don't know if you know this story, but is Gordy involved? Definitely not. This is going to be right? This is going to be part of it. This used to be a group, right? Jordan didn't know he was coming for a podcast. He thought he was going on the Britain's Got Talent. And we were called Triple J.
We were called Triple J?
Triple J.
So, we start again.
Ooh.
Welcome to Triple J. So, our focus is to talk about obviously each of your journeys and mostly about the community that has been created. Lough Neagh Munster Dunkers, and what that has enabled lots of people to do over the course of its history already.
Talk about that community and the benefits and the heartaches of it. Sometimes I'm sure our communities, and then they've got the backing of the big coach yourself.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, Dorothy is a massive part of the whole backing. The Dunkers started off the back of my North Town solo. Obviously, the Donegal Chunky Dunkers, I knew nothing about them until I done the North Town, and then you beat by the Chunky Dunkers, and I just thought, I kind of love one of them around Norway. And that gave me the confidence, my North Town gave me the confidence to start that group. And it just so happened, you know what I went through in my North Town, and when these guys came along, I just wanted to feed them different information. I didn't want to be a scaremonger. I wanted to try and, make it nice and Jordan had a brilliant experience, didn't you, Jordan?
No! Go on, Jordan! Go on, Jordan! Go on, Jordan!
And like the training that we done in the Dunkers, it was all like, we made it fun, didn't it? And I tried to like marry the channel training and the Dunkers, because a lot of them are dippers. Just try and wire the two of them together and just make it all fun. And if it's not fun, sure, what's the point? And just take that whole scaremonger out of it and just try and bring it into people. It's just a nice one.
So, Chris, your North Town came from what foundations? What was your inspiration or drive for it?
One of them, Pádraig, two, Keith Carr. Very, very lucky. Like, I didn't know Pádraig, knew him from a distance, but like I was getting into water swimming and I was training in Cavanagh, and I remember everybody talking. Pádraig was on his English channel then, and people saying, like, where is he? Is he there? And he was just intrigued. He was the talk of this place around here. And then you're North Channel that same year, and again the whole talk and the whole buzz, and I was just in awe of Pádraig, and then Keith as well, and you Keith all my life. So when I decided to go for it, like, how lucky was I to have people like that in my corner? Just to be able to lift the phone up and the information that they were able to feed me every 2 days, Keith was on the phone checking in. It was, you know, unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I just always made a pledge that I would do that for somebody else.
So your training, we didn't do easy. You had a unforgettable early start in Gregorio. Was that one of your most memorable moments?
It was.
I still have flashbacks with that.
Like, I look back and I really didn't do it right. Pool swimming, yes, but I didn't build up my open water enough and my tolerance to cold enough. I went, and then it didn't help because I was injured. I was out for a long time, and that time I was injured, you know, kept me out of the water a long time. So I went from like a 1 hour, 2 hour, 6 hour qualifier, North Channel.
Pretty big jump.
It's a big jump. We're like, with Jess, we were doing loads of 3 hours, loads of 4s, 5s, built it up. And it was nice. It was a nicer environment, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's
So
cute.
where that Pádraig was like,
Induction.
yeah, I was an induction to jellyfish.
Jordan, how has Chris's experiences helped, or when you started your journey? So talk to us a bit about your training. You had a different journey.
Yeah, well, mine started because I was in the wetsuits that whole time.
Yeah.
And you were racing. You were like,
Yeah, I
you
was
were on
racing.
open water series. You were
Yeah,
on the podium.
yeah, sure. I won the
Like
what was
one
that?
global
Swim.
Yeah, the global swim series.
Yeah, the global swim series. Won that there, but it was in the wetsuit. And Chris and Dorothy, you know, can you get out of that wetsuit? And I was like, no way. And then I won it that year, and then I was like, I don't know what to do next. I just said to Dorothy, I was like, do you think I could do the thing? And then she was like, raising my hand.
And that's what's lovely about Dorothy's.
Yeah, literally.
Passionless.
Yeah.
So you're good to go.
I just wondered. I was in work at the time. I was just thinking, I was just like, what do I have to do something next? Because if I don't do anything, then I'm just going to do nothing, essentially. And it was either do the global swim series again, stick in the wetsuits, do that. But then I was like, where do you go from there? Like, because trying to hold on to something's different than striving for something. So I thought, I'd seen him do it. I knew, well, I thought if he could do it,
Anybody can do it.
No, so I thought that Chris had done it. And then I phoned Dorothy, and then Dorothy was like, yeah, sure, why not? Then it took me till, so that was in the summer, end of summer, I decided that we were going to do it. Then I still trained in the wetsuit, maybe until March, March, April time. Yeah, I was still in the wetsuit, like all winter. So really I only got out of the wetsuit that time, and then my training was different, even again to yours. Mine was more akin to yours, like I was doing
More water.
well, I was doing a lot of open water, yeah. A lot of it was open water. Very little pool, but it was all like 5Ks.
And your journey had been through the COVID closures, so it was probably,
Well, that's the thing, yeah, I actually
you
forgot
had
about
your indoor,
my own indoor.
endless pool,
Yeah,
you had
exactly.
bungee cord.
Yeah.
So some good advice Chris gave you, the community gave you, like obviously you were swimming in a lot.
Well, to be fair, like I don't think I'd have been able to get out of the wetsuit unless it was for the other people around me, like Chris and like literally everybody in the Dunkers too.
Yeah.
They were already all out of the wetsuits, and they're like, why do you still, like it's fine. And but I like it was just on me that I was just terrified of actually, because I was like, I'm cold in a wetsuit. What am I going to be like outside of the wetsuit? So it was all of the, just the backing that they all gave me was like the only reason it was actually able to
But the
get out
change,
of it.
it's, when you get out of the wetsuit, you are unbelievable in the cold.
Yeah, but it's that mental thing that you need to get over too. Like. And I'm just glad that I have people around me that like get me over that barrier.
How did it first feel when was it a dip you went in for, was it a dunk, whatever you call it? How long did you
No, she didn't have the I remember taking a half off and I was like, oh, geez, like,
And the cold air?
no, I was in the water.
Oh, you were
So I was in the water, took the top half off, and I was just like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. And then I was thinking, like, well, if I can't do this, like, how am I even going to do the channel? Like, I can't, like, the that was in cold. I don't think it wasn't that cold. And yeah, so she made me throw it out to the side, and then we were over on the calm side of the loch, over by the jetty, and she made us swim back and forward to the birdhouse.
Yeah.
And that was
it.
that was it. And then I never put the wetsuit back on. I don't think the wetsuit would fit now, to be fair. The next to go back on. It's good for surfing now, though. But yeah, no turning back after that.
And Jessica, you were new to this community and introduced to it. What was your first induction?
So obviously I started during lockdown, so I didn't have pool swimming. So I was just sort of swimming in Hans Bay, like dipping with my mum, and then I was like, this is boring. So we got in touch with Kate, is it, from the Dunkers, and I went down. I was in a wetsuit first, and then I got in the loch for 3 minutes, and I was like, that's me, I can't do it, because it was so cold. And then we met up with Dot and like Chris and Jordan and all, and then the wetsuit came off because of Dot again. Just didn't let me get out like Jordan. And then so I just kept swimming from there. So, like me and Jordan would go around the island and try and hide from Dot so she couldn't see us.
We can start with the back.
Yeah.
You can't see us.
Dorothy, the secret to
We'd always get out and she'd be like, why are you guys just sat there? Like, we can see you. Because she had binoculars.
Jess had it very lucky. Had it lucky that Jordan was training for the North Channel and just was able to.
I got the
Bring them in,
experience
yeah.
of the channel as well because I got to be the support staff. So I knew like somewhat of what it was. So it wasn't like completely new to me. So I think that was good.
It's probably good as well that he was more your speed than Chris. Yeah.
Got 3 days, doesn't it?
There's no hard fruit there.
What did you do then? That's when you started to take off your wetsuit.
I was like, what?
13, 14.
Yeah, 13, 14.
For that exposure, that's magical. Like
And you know, your full background, obviously,
Oh,
you've
yeah.
been swimming for a long time. Maybe longer than these guys were at that stage.
No, during like the build up to my swim, I was in the pool 15 hours and then like in the sea at weekends or whenever I could. So different years, which was not just open water. But that was
And again, transition from wetsuit to skins, unbelievable. Like really just took to the cold. Recovery great. For someone, especially Jess being so thin, she's unbelievable in the cold. You witnessed too. Yeah.
During night sessions, she was like, oh, come on, we'll just do it a wee bit more. And I was like, I can't be bothered.
Do you remember we used to just stand on the edge for 15 minutes and Mum was like, it's getting
He's
cold
going
out
in.
here, you may as well just go.
Probably warmer in the water.
Yeah.
But the wetsuit is a fantastic tool. The kid Gary came from that wetsuit background as well.
Foundation.
Yes, where they never take it off. It was a stepping stone from the pool, wetsuit, then fancy skins, and then longer, colder swims. It's a good progression to get you across the channel, but obviously you have to agree to it mentally.
That's it, yeah. It's a stepping stone for sure. Like,
Yeah.
the thing is, like, even with the wetsuits, the biggest swim in the wetsuits tend to only be like 10k.
Yeah.
So you need to be getting in out of the wetsuit and then up your distance even after that.
So, talk about your training. Individually, you're training for how many Ks you're doing per week. You come from a swimming background. Have you a pool background?
Mhm.
Yeah. So what was your individual week?
Well, I quit swimming very early, 14. These guys went on and achieved big things in the pool. I was never up to their level. However, when I went back to swimming and agreed to do the channel, I built myself up to 30k a week in the pool, averaging between 25 and 30. And one long swim open water and a few short ones. That was basically it until I had the bad injury, which was shoulder. So my shoulder went in March. I felt ready in March to do mine. I was like, I picked too early, where I should have been
sometimes injury does stop a lot of people's season. What was it, technique, or was it overtraining, or was it just bad luck?
I think I was going out well. In my training, I went to Barcelona for a few days and I was training in the Olympic pool. And when you get to when you're back training in the pool, you love doing butterfly and all again, you know, when I was doing IAMs. And I'm telling people now, I tell, just said to John too, stay away from butterfly. You know, you don't need to do it. If you're going for the channel, it just is too high risk. And like, I remember you saying to me too, don't be diving off high heights and, you know, you have bigger fish to fry rather than training butterfly. So it was the butterfly that done it for me.
So in terms of your training?
Mine started out because of the pool. I had to use the bungee cord one, so it ended up just being time.
In the paddling, was it the paddling bit?
Essentially, yeah.
Excuse me. See the video of it.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
It was 4 meters by 1 meter.
It did work, that's good.
Yeah.
So it
So
just
it was for time.
It was just for because I had no idea how far I was going. Because I wasn't going anywhere, to be fair. So I just put on the speaker and then just swim for time.
And that was your kind of mindset, was to listen to music and just kind of keep
Just
going.
right, just keep going. Yeah.
Was it cold?
Yeah, it was very early.
Yeah, I think you said 13 or you can't
Yeah.
Had enough, yeah.
We only had a baby paddle for Peter, so the heat on a lot of water in that there.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even be on for a week or two. I don't think my
So
dad
distance
would.
wasn't the bigger thing for you until you got to the open water and then you kind of judged it more? Or?
Yeah, and then even then, we only really went up to like 5-6k.
Yeah.
My biggest swim outside of a race, inside racing, was 10k. That did a few 10ks I'd done, but then it was until the qualifier. That was my biggest swim. Like we did the 26k.
So you did that in Prague for Lough?
Yeah.
That was an amazing
Yeah,
day.
and it was a good day for I had no idea how far I went or how long it took or nothing. Like,
But returned you a few times against the current and
Yeah.
you to swim against a bit more of the conditions that they might have experienced on the
I
tour.
really enjoyed that day, and then ended up with a bit of tendinitis after that day too, just purely because my body wasn't ready for that
Distance.
sheer distance. Yeah,
Big jump.
yeah, because it was doing the same as you, probably doing like 30k a week, but then jumping to about 26k in one day.
So similar pattern with people jumping massively and
Not huge.
your body physiologically not ready.
just wasn't ready for it.
Jessica, do you have any injuries?
No.
No.
No, been the
Oh, did we?
No.
Yeah.
They never have.
Yes, exactly.
No, so your interval training was sort of that stood you to what then you took on.
Yeah. To be fair, I didn't even know I was doing the channel until, when was that goal? In May, so I didn't actually know I was doing it until then. And then I did the 6
So
hour.
you knew, yeah, how do we?
Yeah, for like this year.
No. Not the conversation we had in our other room. No.
we thought Jess could have actually done it the year before. We thought she was ready. You know what? Remember after the Cardiff swim?
She could have done
And she cut it on it. She was capable.
She could have done the year I did.
But
I don't think I could have, because I don't think I was there like mentally. Like I think physically I would have been fine,
Physically, 100%.
but mentally I couldn't do it. So.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, how did you come to the decision to swim the channel?
I think after I did my liquid swim, I was like what Jordan said with his like swimsuit, was it?
Mhm.
Where do you go after that? Because obviously that was good for me. And then obviously I did my 6 hour, and Jacqueline said to me like as she gave my certificate, she was like, "You're doing the channel." I was like, "Okay." I didn't genuinely think anything of it. And then like called them for a meeting, and I was like, "Oh, this is serious. Like this is actually like a thing." And like I think it took me like a week or so to actually come to terms with the fact that I could do it, and that people believe in me enough to do it. So I think that helped a lot, was the fact that it wasn't just me saying I can do it, it was other people as well. So
And at that stage, did you have enough faith in yourself
No.
Okay. And what made you build that faith in yourself?
Just all the training, I think, is the longer swims I did and the more people were like helping me with it, I realised that I could actually do it. And I think the only time I doubted myself was on the first attempt that I'd done. Was I didn't even want to get in, and I was like, oh no, I can't do it. But obviously I got into the 9-hour training swim.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So just for everyone else, I made the decision to take Jess on a 50-50, possibly a 40-60 day. That we were hoping that we were going to get the correct conditions, but it just wasn't working. Nothing we can do. Like, this woman jumped off the boat in the darkest place on the North Channel against the cliffs of the Gardens. It's just pitch black there, and it's renowned for jellyfish.
See, I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
There's no really other.
I didn't want to tell you.
I just like, I said to myself, that is one gutsy girl, just to be able to jump off that boat. And you'd done it, you weren't showing any chinks in your armour, like you jumped off that boat as if you were going to town. And I know maybe you were screaming inside and whatever else, but you didn't let that out. And you had an amazing team. Didn't work out. Thankfully, you didn't get injured or nothing went wrong, but maybe it helped you have even more confidence come the day of your success with some. Who knows, it could have turned out. That's the problem with the North Channel. Sometimes you don't go on days and you're kicking yourself as them. It's the days that are pristine, that everyone's ringing you going, why did you not go out today? So sometimes we go out on the chance that it will turn out a good day and then pull it in.
See, I genuinely thought I was smashing it because I could literally see Scotland and there was things below me just moving away, and I was like, yeah, I'm doing so good. And then you're like, you haven't moved for 3 hours. I was like, okay, right, so maybe I'm not doing good.
She was happy, wasn't she?
You're happy to get out. No, but you've an amazing attitude for someone so young. It takes a lot of growing up to have that on a North Channel swim. Like, there's adults come, grown men come 50 years old that hadn't as much courage and determination and guts that you show. So that is a lot of testament to you, and you can see that it's coming 100% from you, which is magic. Obviously, you've got an amazing family back in you, an amazing community of these guys, and peers that have done it. Maybe not the right way, but the freaking succeeded. You know what I mean? Like bulls, like. And this man here just fucking shattered the record, like, how amazing is that?
I asked him, did you get stung? And he goes, yeah, on my pinky toe.
Yeah.
I was so annoyed at that.
It's pretty. That was the only spot.
Literally just on his pinky toe.
Yes. Come on, baby. Come on, Jess. It's there. Super. Come on, Jess.
So we'll go back on to breaking the record, like,
Yeah.
amazing. Like, I didn't, like, I obviously I didn't know you before this one. I knew you, I sat up and listened afterwards, like, but I hadn't a notion that was going to happen, or I know you said, I think this break can do this.
Didn't they call you
Yeah.
doctor's qualifier and I said, Pádraig, it's in him.
Yeah.
It definitely is in him.
Even now,
When we never mentioned record to him once, we just kept saying, you can do it, you'll do it.
and were you in that mindset of no time?
No, I wanted to go like 11 hours.
Yeah.
You put up a post one time saying about 4K an hour being like the magic training, like aim for your 4K an hour in your training and stuff. So that's sort of like what I stuck most of my training to. Just like
easy for you.
Yeah, like the 130, 100 sort of pace, like 15-minute Ks. So like, well, it'd be doing the Ks faster than that, but like that would be like a rest period and all that. And then it turned out if you go to that place, that's the
And we said in some of the other interviews, a little bit of luck.
Yeah, well, a lot of luck. It was a really good day. Like, you get a day like one of these two.
Here's
It wasn't
something.
quite good seeing.
However, a bit of luck, but going back and looking back, he could have talked another 10 minutes off his feet,
Mm.
you know, and in another place, he had an odd gear in him. If he had knew that record was on earlier,
I
he
thought
had it in him.
I thought it took me 11 hours. I didn't know why he was screaming at me. But
Yeah.
I said that the whole time. I was just like, just leave me alone. At the end, I just said, just don't. Like, how long did it take before you got in the first time?
3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not for the first 3 hours, that's, yeah.
Yeah. And I needed you in again because I turned around because it was hurting like in the middle. It was hurting a lot.
What was the hurt?
Everything, mentally, physically, the back had gone. No, the cold for the first hour or two was like really bad. As soon as I dove in, it was like cold I'd never felt before, even though it was, the temperature wasn't like I'd swam in lower temperatures. But I don't know whether it was the adrenaline or it was the stage or what it was, but it was cold that I'd never felt. And I felt like unprepared. And I was swimming for like the first 2 hours. And I was like, there's no way if it stays this cold. And then you told me about the trench and the drops again. And I was like, if this gets any colder. Then it sort of goes away after about 2 hours. Which seems like a really long time. But whenever you're swimming, like I was just looking forward to feeds and stuff.
Yeah, jam sandwiches.
Yeah. So yeah, it went away. But then just the mentality sort of started to creep in. And I got grumpy. And I needed Jess and to keep me going. Like, really good time. I think it was that was maybe the 6 hour one that I was like, when is Jess getting in? Because I needed to get in soon. Yeah, big time. It was like the wall or something like as the marathoners. I like hit that hard. But came out the other side.
And really only when you come back to the boat you knew that it was the record.
Yeah, it was never you screaming
landed
on the thing. Yeah. And I was like struggling to try and climb onto these rocks and I didn't know what was going on. And then you scream, that's the record. Then I swim back to the boat and he's all jump in. And I'm just like, why are we all in here? Like, can I just get out? Like, I'm sorry.
Okay, that was right, everybody was in there.
And you were looking at the photos and stay on. Jackie, maybe get him out.
Chris, you went through a dark patch as well.
Yeah.
Dorothy never let go of the rail of the boat the whole day. She kept her eyes on it, like she did with each of you, and Keith as well.
Mm-hmm.
What was your hurt blocker?
After 3 hours, just everything went on me. It's no secret. Most everybody knows because of had with the eyesight problems. But I breathed to the right, and it got too rough at that side of the boat, so they had to move me round to the other side for a bit of shelter. So I was having to breathe to the left and over rotate, and it just say after a couple of hours that the other shoulder went, the good shoulder. So it was a lot of pain for a long time, and I couldn't. The stroke rate wasn't the same because I was breathing awkwardly, and it just was nice. It was still everywhere. But I wasn't going back. I was like, this is getting done today, and that's just it. But thankfully,
It was a tough weather.
it was.
It wasn't pretty cross.
The first hour was perfect, and I'm like, God, if it stays like this, and it just whipped up, and a lot of jellies that day, and then finished in the dark. But that was, if it was easy, then everybody would do it. And you all know I've been on that challenge several times now, and I haven't seen the same conditions every time I'm on it.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
Jessika, we've seen the alter ego of Jessika and Judge. You were frightened
so, oh no, I got stung an hour into the swim, and it was like, it hit me straight in the face, like the solid part of the jellyfish hit me straight in the face, and then the tentacles went like all around my body, and oh, it was disgusting. And after that, because it was in the first hour, and obviously I was in so much pain, I was like, is it going to be like this for the whole thing? Which it was, but like, that was bad. But no, and then Chris on the boat was not helpful. He goes, did it get ya? And I was like, yeah. So, but no, it wasn't very nice. But
And I mean, we are allowed to administer some medication, and that helped. Likewise, I'm sure, not sure for you, Jordan, but certainly for you, Chris, it did help. To just reset and allow your body to absorb some of relief. And then we found to cheer yourself again.
yeah.
We were dancing through the waves when we were hitting
No, see, like what John said with like the cold and everything, it like the first 2 hours were bad, but I can't remember who told me it, but they told me that like it's not going to be any colder after like 10 hours than it is after like 3, and that is true, but you just have to get past that like mental barrier, which is another thing that I wasn't ready for, was like the cold. And like even during like my practice swims, it was 3 hours, and I was like, Mum, I want to get out, and she's like, no, it's fine, like, you're fine, just go, you're good. So no. Okay.
So you have a growing community, maybe 600 members, maybe I'm over exaggerating, and maybe not, but look at what they can look up to, and when you say about overcoming hurdles, each one of them walks down that slipway for their first time. How amazing is that?
It's unbelievable, and we have people with serious health problems, physical and mental, getting into that lock for the first time, and we have a marker 250 metres out. That's their challenge. You know, they get to that marker for the first time back, and they have swam the north. To them, they are buzzing, and they do get a big cheer, and you know, there's great community around them. But like, these people here too are just, you know, influencing others all the time. We have sort of, within our club, we're trying to get it that every year, if we don't have a solo, at least have a relay team to do the North Channel.
And this must be 5 years now?
From 2017, we have either had a solo or a relay on the North Channel.
From the 7 years, yeah. And this year the same another relay.
We have another relay team, yeah, and hopefully next year we might have 2. So.
And it's resetting again, it's like that new energy of those people saying,
Yeah.
I have to do the public Harvard, but
Yeah.
you know, they're on the phone with me and I don't know, Jacqueline, like, it's like, you know,
Yeah.
3 hours, 2 hours, we get done. No, but I have to take my wetsuit off, go back to the
And
we're so nervous.
We're saying to these relay teams now, like me and Dorothy's doing a lot of work with a relay team at the minute. She's doing a lot of pool work with them, I'm doing a lot of climatising with them. And I'm saying, like, you just don't realise, you know, there's going to be somebody else looking up to you and thinking, God, didn't they do brilliant? Maybe we could do that. And it was the same ocean's energy.
Yes.
You know, this is why this relay team reckon God is
And those ladies, particularly, and Dennis, all ages.
Yeah.
From you at 16 right through to, I'm not sure ages, but a number that.
Yeah, in their 50s.
Yeah.
You know, one of them's retired.
Yeah.
Leslie. What an achievement.
I'm sure if you look at us, all 3 of us only did it because somebody else had already done it before us.
That's the strength of the community as well, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, it's a great knock-on effect.
Yeah. And we're lucky that some days we may not hear the singing down this far. It goes on and on.
It's bad.
It's kind of like a mantra or a decentralisation that allows people to get away from the negative thought of the cold water.
Yeah.
You know, it's immersion. Okay, if I sing this song, we don't have to think about anything.
Yeah.
Oh,
We need a new song. We need definitely a new song.
What's the current one?
La la la. Dunkers. So we definitely need to come up with something else. I think the birds are even getting a wee bit fed up with this song.
Don't chase it up.
Just thinking back to each of your challenge swim, what nutrition, right or wrong, did you have some start with you, Chris?
Well, now I'm on this nutrition journey. Looking back, I thought I was doing okay, and I was only like learning off people that had done it. But you need to learn that you're different, and your gut might be able to take what somebody else's gut can. So don't be afraid to practice other things. I kept it simple and it worked. So mine was jam sandwiches. What else? Cured drinks, orange cured drinks. I've never put it on my lips from it. I just can't stand even the smell of it anymore. But it worked. But I learned a lot on my North Channel. The hot feeds work for me.
Yeah.
Some people can't handle the hot feeds, but they work for me.
What period of feeding did you have?
I didn't feed for 2 hours, and then every 40 minutes.
Worked for you?
Worked for me, yeah. And again, what I learned from that was I added a wee bit of chocolate now and then, and that feeling of that in your mouth was gorgeous, and that I took that onto my fastnet, and Jordan done my fastnet feeds, and my feeds have never went as well. You know, after that. Jordan?
I did Complan. That was off the recommendation. Tell you the truth, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Like, going for the sponsorship here. No, it's actually not really not. It's really simple, yeah. And you can make it as hot as you want it. And then we did hot Coke as well, and the jam sandwiches. And then I threw in
I got Coke off him. You told me about the hot flat Coke,
Yeah.
and it was a good wee kick.
It was great, especially when you felt.
Yeah.
Because you can feel your blood sugar dropping, and then sometimes, because the Complan's like complex carbs, so you don't get that like initial lift. Whereas like the hot Coke, like you actually like feel your body surge just a wee bit more. But I was like every 45.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously after the first 3 rounds, but
Then went to half hours, didn't it?
Oh, that was mine.
yeah,
It was yours
Yeah.
half hours.
but I was waiting for the feeds. Like I was counting down the minutes in my head.
Were you?
Yeah. I was just looking at an excuse for a wee break.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Just say, were you hungry? Did you feel hunger? Or that was
No.
something that I hear. I'm hungry.
I did that like a few times, which is why we did it to 30 minutes. So,
That's what I learned on mine too. So I was feeding every 40 minutes, and it got to the stage where mine was sickening. And I was turning down feeds, and you should never turn down a feed. I was like, I don't even want this. And it wasn't the fact that I didn't need it; I was just sick of it.
Yeah.
So you need variety.
The hot Coke actually helped with that too, because the Complan does get sickening after a while after you put down a few of them. Then that hot Coke feed just like resets the counter.
And if you know you're getting that, if you know you've had, say a hot chocolate, and your next feed's hot Coke, you're going, I can't wait till this next feed here. Whereas I was doing the same stuff, it was like, oh, here we go again.
We did a real good plan for ours, well for mine. So we did a whole written down, planned, perfect.
Jam sandwiches.
So
Yes. Jam sandwiches.
Yeah.
Yes. Jam sandwiches.
Never did.
Got into the squares on the bottom of the bottom.
Jess
my
was
business
too.
is
Oh, it's
my mum was being fancy.
Does it love hard shield?
Everything.
Tell us about your feeding.
So mine was an hour and then was 45 minutes, and then I started to say to Jacqueline and my mum, I was like, when is it? Because I'm hungry, and then obviously got shortened to 30 minutes. And then what you said, variety. So I had, what did I have? Chocolate buttons and jam sandwiches for my main course.
Twirl pieces.
And
Twirl bites.
twirl bites, yeah. And my mum added a few bits of like a cinnamon roll or something that I didn't know we had, and that just helped everything.
It was always surprised.
Yeah, it was I seen it in
Chocolate buttons.
the way. Yeah, I seen a cinnamon roll or something in the bottom of my cup, and I was like, oh my god, this is the best day ever. But no, it was good.
Yeah, Mum was intricately detailed. She rolled the bread with the rolling pin, and she jammed it, and she rolled it into a spiral, and just cut them.
I did
The
it
Swiss
once,
roll.
and she
It
told me I
was
did
a
it wrong. I was like, I don't know, I could do it wrong, and she was like, it's too big, and then I was like, and she cut off like the smallest bit off it, and I was like, it's literally the same thing.
That's why she's your mum.
I really like that spiral idea.
That's true. And then there's less bulk in your mouth. You know, there's,
And in terms of liquid feeds, warm or cold or lukewarm or
It was like lukewarm, wasn't it? It was like 100 mils like boiling, and then like 50 mils like cold, and it was just gels and carb drink. So, and then the electrolytes in with the carb drinks because it was flavorless. So.
what kind of attitude had you during your, I know you had a low spot, but during your feeding, were you chatty or were you?
Yeah, we had music going on the boat, so I was just trying to listen to that and make it like as enjoyable as possible. Because if you think about you have to swim for another 30 minutes before you get anything, it's not like enjoyable. But if you just think about what's happening then, like, oh yeah, I'm eating this chocolate buttons and it tastes so good compared to like the seawater, then it takes your mind away from what you're actually doing.
Did you play any games, mental games? Or?
Well, Dot had a whiteboard and she was writing loads of stuff on it, and like just really weird stuff, wasn't it?
I know, but you have great names for things, like, you know, the seagull was Gary.
Yeah.
Mr. Jellyfish Man, it was like, what else can we name?
And we done our stuffing, didn't we? We stuffing our stuff on the boat.
They were trying to race me because I had like a really weird, like upbeat classical music in my playlist. And you'd see Chris on the side of the boat, like pretending to like
Go on the horse.
Yeah.
Is that like a Jack Boyle edit of a race to finish?
Yeah.
So for all of you, after your swim, you are probably in the best position, but having a group of people surrounding you, friends and family, and you know, the wider open water community. But how did you feel after you finished your swim? Did you Jess first? Because it's going to affect you bigger.
I obviously got to finish at Port Patrick, so I got to go like on the beach, and I thought that was like incredible. So I got there and I literally didn't think of anything, and I just started crying. And then Chris.
After the partner.
Oh yes, before the partner, I was just like over, like just holding my knees. I was like crying. I was like, I actually just did that. Like, you know, whenever you don't believe something's happened until it's done. And that's like what was going on in my head. And then Chris was shouting, she just got the record to this random family. And he was like, okay, come on. And then Gail asked me to do a cartwheel as a joke, and I did it. And I think it was just pure adrenaline, because if I like did it 5 seconds after I did it, my arms would have just crumbled. But
I tried to say to Jess, I was standing and I says, Jess, suck it in. Just look around you and remember this moment, because it doesn't happen too often. You know, being there on that beach. Then it was like, just look around you, suck it all up.
there was just like random people just stood on the top, like the little like barrier that there is. They were just stood there watching, and I was like, they have no idea what's just happened. And then this random family just comes up and goes, "You alright?" And then Chris is like, "She just saw from Mona." And I was like, and I was obviously didn't say anything because I was crying, and he was like, "Cool, well done."
It's like,
Maybe when I came through.
It's a weird experience. I'm sure for Jess it was weird, and I'm like, because I'd been there, I always thought, you know, what do you do if you're ever in that position again? I was grabbing rocks, putting them down the trunks.
Yeah,
I was singing the lyrics.
the one down his trunks.
I didn't watch it.
Oh,
But then, like for weeks after, did you find it difficult to comprehend, or?
yeah. Like I didn't think I did it until.
Go on then! Yeah! This is for you, Gail.
Or did you have a drop after you finished your North Challenge swim? Like, did you have a sense of depression, or no?
Yeah, very much like Jess says, it just doesn't, nothing feels real. To tell you the truth, it even doesn't feel real now. And it it goes into like I don't tell anybody about it. Like I don't talk about it like outside of like a swimming circle, and people talk to me about it. So like even work ones are like strange whenever they find out about it, and they're like, why have you never, like I'd be shouting from the rooftops, and I was just like, I don't know, maybe it's one of those ones in 10 years I'll look back and I'll be like, I really did that. But even now it's just like, do you know, you do something and you just feel like, okay, well, I did it. And then my mind's always just thinking of like the next thing. It's hard to then look back and appreciate what you've done at the time, because you're always just looking forward. But I was very numb after it. You were more excited than I was, and you were more excited.
I was very good after years. I really was.
Yeah.
Because I had that love-hate relationship with it.
Yeah.
It was just magical. It really was. And to be part of it.
You were such a community, and the three of you were on each other's
Mm-hmm. So his was just emotional. I was very emotional after his.
Jordan, you fell away from swimming then?
Yeah.
Was that part of the kind of detachment from it, or just life took a different course?
Haven't been well. I've been struggling with migraines a lot over the past like year and a half. So any sort of
other reasons that
yeah,
you connect to it.
any physical exercise lately brings on migraines. So we're just trying to work through that there and then see what.
But you're back at the water, just enjoying the
just
space.
trying to do, yeah. That's the thing. I'm trying to anyway.
You are.
Yeah. Trying my best.
Chris, what did you?
After me, I had okay, like these two, it is mental after it with your phones non-stop. Newspapers, yeah. There was people kicking my dad's door down, you know, looking to shake my dad's hand, you know, it's lovely, absolutely lovely, but I had a massive drop and unfortunately lost my mother a month after and was like really low, but I always had this thing in my head. And I said to Jordan's daddy too, to set small goals after it, learn from me, and my goal was Ice K. And done a couple of Ice Ks and then Ice Mile, and it gets you back on the horse again.
And you go back, immerse yourself back in a life that maybe has less swimming and less commitment, and your job, your school, your children, and your family, and your own job as well. So distractors become bigger and take you away from.
Yeah, and it's so unfortunate what happened to Jordan, because Jordan did attempt to come back, didn't he?
I did.
And was getting the migraines
Mm-hmm.
because it's plain to see how good he is and what he could achieve. But we're not giving up on him.
Oh, absolutely.
We're moving in a direction now.
Yeah,
Like,
so
so that's the thing.
the road.
Yeah, well that's it, yeah. We're moving forwards and
Our
hopefully
ocean.
we'll see what happens. Because New York, it wasn't too bad when I bring on back and I was training in New York. It wasn't too bad.
The paint's helped, like.
And the sun.
The sun, yeah, everything's
warm
yeah. So
Paint's take the migraines away for a while.
maybe if the Dunkers just moved over to or something like that.
Noted.
So the question we're asking everyone is, now that you've completed the North Channel, if you were going to give your younger self one piece of advice prior to you starting your journey, what would it be? Start off with you, Jordan.
Probably it just harks back to my own flaws of not being able to recognize my own achievements at the time. Would be actually just sit down and appreciate what you've done more. You know, understand the gravity of what you've achieved. You know, instead of actually always yearning for the next thing. Be able to take that time to sit back and appreciate the hard work you put in. This goes for people even just they train the whole year and they get 3/4 of the way across.
Yeah.
You've done something that 99.9% of the people in the world have never done before.
Yeah.
Or never would even dream of attempting. Appreciate yourself for that, appreciate that you can go out there and put your body through it. And you did it or not. So
My younger son.
You're the oldest here, right?
16 years ago.
You see everything that we try and instill into Jess, it's everything that I would instill into my younger son. And now looking at Jess, you actually learn more from the younger ones. Enjoy it. Jess swims with a smile, and it's brilliant to watch. And if I could go back to that age, I'd be doing exactly the same. Enjoy every minute.
Not making it a chore or something.
Yeah. If you don't enjoy it, then it's a long time to be like
I beat myself up
doing things.
and get very nervous. You have seen me, I get very nervous, especially in the dark. But try and, get rid of them nerves a bit more and enjoy it and believe in your own ability. Yeah.
Sure.
Be more like Jess.
Yeah, that's
Well,
big fair.
you're a breath of fresh air. Jess, what's your takeaway from for your younger son?
I think literally is just believe in yourself, because that is a big thing. Like, it's obviously important if other people believe in you, but if you don't believe in yourself, then you're not really going to go far. So I think it is literally just believe in yourself and don't let like what you're telling yourself put you down or stop you from doing things. So I don't really have much experience. I'm 17.
You have a lot of experience.
Come on, baby. Come on, Jess. It's there. Super. Come on, Jess. Come on, Jess.
You had a lot of doubters, so you believed in yourself and you proved yourself
Yeah.
possible.
Wise beyond your
Regardless of
years.
others.
Wise beyond your years. Definitely.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's,
What's next? What's next?
I just want to get back in the pool. Or any water, really. Yeah.
yeah, with the head and slower. Like. yeah.
So,
He's looking forward to this season, like, no matter what we do. Yeah.
yeah.
It's getting better every season. It's amazing, like, to see like you up in my eyes this year or last year, and the two junior teams. That was.
That's next for us now, anyways, that we're working with the older ones for the North Channel, and we'll be taking the younger ones, Jess, all year round. But Holly is seasoned, isn't she? And with Oscar Black, he's a mad Oscar. He's the next big thing.
I would say you and Oscar
Yeah.
used to race and we as a race together.
Did we hear that your mum's going to do an ice swim or something?
Oh.
No.
Stops at the shore.
She's a side of the pool or side of the cheerleader. So
And listen, huge kudos to Dorothy. Historically, so I'm going to look back at this and ever thankful for all that the whole community does. So from the logo to the kit to the, you definitely have a presence in your community, Christmas swims.
We can't thank you enough too, because anytime I have asked, yous have came and yous have give.
It's part of receiving.
It's near that time again.
Listen, thanks for joining us this evening.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Jordan Leckey, Christopher Judge, Jessika Robson, Lough Neagh Munster Dunkers.
Oh.
Up the Dunkers!